Just so they know it's being recorded. But I think is there somebody else in the waiting room? Okay. Yeah, we'll let him in 1 minute, but basically, we can just wait till like maybe 32 after, or 33 after, get started. And then just you can intro, and then we're just gonna talk about essentially who we are, what the product is, and then give a short 5 minute demo. It's very concise, very quick. It'll be easy to comprehend, and then I mean, probably 15 to 20 minutes max. We
Yeah,
probably won't even go the whole 30. So
sounds
I'll
good.
leave it up to you in the beginning and we'll let everybody get on. Maybe wait till 35, maybe, but I'll let in Norgrove, Stephen Norgrove.
Yep, he's on our board,
Awesome.
Mr. Basketball Chairman,
Fantastic.
the big timer.
You watch some basketball, Sean, this weekend, NBA.
Today I just turned on real quick the uh oh shoot, terrible uniforms today. Giannis, the Bucks,
Oh, the Bucks.
terrible
Yeah.
uniforms. Yeah,
The-
yeah, I watched a little bit of that game.
Yeah, they were playing the backups versus the Pistons, right?
Yeah, just wasn't. I don't like the throwback jerseys and different stuff, man. I'm a traditionalist.
I hear you on
Clippers, man, they're catching some fire lately,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I just can't put my trust in James Harden.
yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
There he comes.
Hey, Coach, how we doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Thanks for joining us.
Been good.
Yeah, just watching the end of that Masters finish up.
Yeah, Rory took it, or
you. Yeah,
Rory.
in
Yeah.
extra, they had to go sudden death.
Really?
no
Yeah,
way?
Yeah.
Wow.
Roy hit one on 18 to about this far and won it,
Wow.
but he shit the bed multiple
He
times
did.
for it to go to overtime.
He did. It'd
That's crazy.
But good for him.
You've been
have
you've
been a
been in
tough
you've been in the
one to
Masters,
live
huh,
with if
Dan?
he
Yeah,
didn't win it.
I went in 22. Yeah, I met a guy on the golf course, and he has tickets every year, and I'm like, of course I'll go. It was
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Wow.
Best experience ever. Unbelievable.
that's incredible. The greenest grass you've
Yeah,
ever seen.
unbelievable. Nothing but green grass. Even the wrappers are green in case somebody drops a wrapper.
Oh,
That's
I'm
crazy.
being serious.
makes sense. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like unbelievable. I can't even explain it really.
Attention to detail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, yeah, we'll give it some more time. Yeah, we sent it out maybe three times this week. I think the last one was on Friday. Um,
Come
but
on, people.
a lot has signed up individually. We gave them some options. Either they can join.
Oh,
We've we've
okay.
yeah, we've done demos with individuals and
Yeah.
they've gotten on, so that's good.
Oh, good. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Okay, good.
Yeah. So we basically said, hey, we're gonna do this on Sunday. If you want to get jump started and get a demo on your own time, we'll run you through it. I think maybe like
Okay.
4 or 5 have done that, maybe Sean.
I think that's right.
And then the rest of, we've just followed up with them for this one. So
Well, it looks like it's Steve tonight.
How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing good.
Are you going tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to get there probably around 6 because I'm playing golf at 12:30, so it's going to be
Of
tight.
course you are.
Get there at 5.
Yeah. I have track, so I'll probably come after that if I can make it.
Yeah.
well, how about we do this because it's being recorded, let's just get started and then we can always send it out from our end too and just CC
Okay.
on a follow-up if that's cool. Just want to
Okay.
definitely be cognizant of time. But Coach Monroe, thanks for joining.
Yes.
I think you've maybe seen me on calls and stuff like that, but I know Dan wants to get us jump started, and then we'll jump into probably like 15 minutes max
Perfect.
going through
Yep.
some stuff.
So Jay, I just want to give our members the the great relationship we have with Ballogy and this new contract. We decided to, give out 20 free memberships. Ballogy and BCAM are working together to pay for that, and it's a great idea, and it's going to get a lot of coaches the opportunity, including Steve right here and others, the opportunity to jump on board and get going with Ballogy. People are very excited about it. So I just wanted to thank Sean and Jordan and Todd Young for this wonderful relationship with BCAM, and I just wanted to get on and thank you very much for that, and hope you have a good Zoom tonight.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. If we gotta jump, we will talk soon. Um, well, Coach Norgrove, this is Ballogy. We've been a part of BCAM for some years now, doing sponsorships and growing our relationship. Um, I think when we started out, we had grand ideas of how we could just help skill development in the state, in season, off season, all through techno in interweaving technology. But we've learned over the course of the years what works and what doesn't work, and we've learned, from coaches who have used us in the past, what to improve and what not to improve. And I feel like, especially this year, going into a new contract with you guys. I think we're right where we need to be to service, programs and to really offer something special for a team and for a program. I want to introduce you to Sean Jones. He is our director of athletics, over 30 years of experience with head coaching, AD, um, all of the above, etc. You know how that goes. So many hats that you wear. But Sean, why don't you introduce yourself and then we'll get started on the quick deck here.
Yeah, you bet. And so, like Jordan said, 30 years, and also a customer of Ballogy, and that's how we started our relationship. Was I have always used apps and different things with my teams, and came across Ballogy. And as I became a customer, we started looking at pain points and improvement places and dreams of what it could become. And the team was very open to, we think we could do that. And it just became more and more exciting that we could provide this product that would be, the greatest assistant in our pocket or in the palm of our hand, make coaches smarter, make teams better. And so now I've come full time with Ballogy, and retired 2 years early from my retirement, but it's worth it because the exciting things of what Ballogy is doing and where I think we're going. And so I think we have a really good product, and it's improving every day. So we'll take a look at some of those exciting things tonight.
Thanks, Sean. And the reason why we wanted to not only gift the subscriptions, with the sponsorship, but we want to continue to learn how to get better and how to improve the product. There's plenty of technologies and softwares out there that it may be hard to get in touch with those with customer service. But Sean, being a customer, former coach with this team was a call or a text away from our staff here. And so that's how we pride ourselves on customer service. So if there is any issues, we love to get in the weeds and figure them out as quickly as we can. US-based company based out of Austin, Texas. We've got half our team kind of in the Dallas area, the other half in the Austin area. So let's break this down. Um, just today's call, we're just going to go over the purpose of this, who we are and what we do, and then you'll get a hands-on demo of the product, and then ask any questions at the end. The purpose of today's call, we kind of went over that already, but we want to earn more success stories and understand how we can really service coaches with all levels, all kids, and also, different staffs and teams. We want to learn how to improve the product and be the best player development software in the market. With BCAM, our goal is to do bi-monthly check-in. You may hear from Sean, you may hear from a young lady, Tatum, just to check in via text or call. How's the product going? Hey, if you're not using it, how can we get you to, maybe throw it up and use it? Are your player, however your players interacting with it? We just want to learn. So we're not going to be pestering you every week. And we're also going to send like a survey, part of that. The other, not necessarily a requirement, but we want you guys to use the software. We want you guys to, what we'll show, not only are we giving it out for free, but we want to have some of that feedback of actual use. And then I'll go through what it is to get shots up on the app essentially, but we want to give in September 1,500 grand prize to the most active program through the 20 schools that are going to be on during this deal. All right. So who we are, obviously I told you our mission is to become the industry standard for player development and skills assessment. Founded in 2019, we've got over 100,000 profiles. That's coaches, parents, and players, and even, spectators as well. And we work with over 100 teams right now between high schools and lower level colleges, and both on the boys and the girls side. Let's look at our how programs have used the product. I know we'll talk about off season the most, but for open gym sessions and at home, when they're at Lifetime or any gym facilities, YMCA, they can actually learn from the app and what you assign to them. Think of it as like homework or a plan or like a 10,000 shot club. You can assign them over the summer. They can use all of that through the app, and you can communicate to them in that type of loop. In season, I have seen coaches use a pre-practice. Hey, this is your, 15-minute individual pre-practice. It may change here and there, but you can actually do it and update it through the app. And I'll show you how the players can do that, as well as, post-practice as well. Then through player-led. So a lot of teams have asked like, hey, can I have my captain, kind of run this or, one of my managers, and they can. If you give a player like the ownership status, they can, assign workouts to the entire group. They can kind of encourage and lead their team on, hey, let's get shots up. Hey, let's work on our ball handling. And so players can actually assign their own drills to themselves, or they can actually help and join in with the team as well. But there's also a player-led method where the coach doesn't have to necessarily have an overarching giving out of homework and assigning and overseeing through the app. This is just the product overview. So think of us as, hey, the answer to, Coach, what else could I be working on? I want to get better. Give me something. Instead of combing through YouTube, going on Twitter, all those things, which, we all save the good stuff, but you may need to doctor up something, like a full-on workout or even a plan. Well, our system has created a way for you to do that in a seamless method. You can assign homework to just guards, one player, your entire team, and then also have an auto curriculum as well, where we will assign stuff for you. That's just, the basics, shooting, dribbling, ball handling. We have a library of over 100 drills on our platform, all the way from mindset, strength and flexibility, basketball IQ, where they're breaking down the game. We've sourced some of those from some of the best content creators on YouTube to really help kids understand verbiage, understand seeing the court, not, dribbling into crowds, things like that. Our crown jewel, what we've been working on for a while now, is this automatic shot tracker. As you can see on the video that was played, um, you can put your phone up, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, on a tripod at half court or on the sidelines, and it'll actually track your shots. You can use it with the gun, with the Dr. Dish, and it'll actually track your shots over time. So you can just put it up for a full workout, get your workout in, and it'll actually show you a shot chart of all the things that you made and missed. And then you'll be alerted as the coach, like, hey, I can actually monitor who's taking my shots. And there's actually a full team shot chart that you can see. The last little piece here is an AI integrated assistant coach. What we're working on right now is some really cool things, but we have available as general insights. So you can ask it any questions. Think of it as like a chat GPT, but for basketball coaches. Players have access to it as well. You can build a practice plan. Say, hey, I want an hour practice plan that we focus on playing against the 2-3, playing up tempo and rebounding. And it'll give you a full on, hour practice plan bit by bit. Then we have a messaging system as well. So you can message parents, players, and other coaches as well. So there's a communication component, especially for the summers when you're opening your gym or during the season. Hey, bus leaves at this time. You can communicate with your team on here. What's coming this summer? What we're really excited about is a box score analysis. So that means, if you've downloaded something from Huddle, if you get a, game box score, you can actually upload it to the AI and it'll give you a practice plan based upon your game, a full like trends and statistics, looking at, best lineups and what really happened, quarter breakdown, these kind of things. And then we also have a calendar, which coaches have really asked for in the past, and that will encompass like a full-on team management software for the app. So you don't have to necessarily have 4 or 5 different apps. You can have one app kind of running everything from the players and the coaches and the parent side. So any questions so far before we jump into the live demo?
No, not yet, but I love the AI feature of practice plan being built by AI and just spitting it right out and using that. That sounds like an incredible tool that
especially
no one's had access to anything like that before.
no, especially for younger coaches, middle school coaches, where we don't have to hold their hand and write
Yep.
everything out. Man, what a resource.
Yeah, that's been fun to build.
Recording in progress.
Sorry, I'm going to throw up my phone for a demo. Okay.
Okay.
Let's make myself a host. Give me 1 second.
The other thing while he's doing that, Stephen, is I played with that practice generator, and I can tell it, I want rebounding, conditioning, free throws, ball handling, and it does it in a sequential, logical order with a warm up and then the drills that are logically sequenced together, and then a cool down. And it's just scary what AI is doing.
Love it. Love it.
Take a look at the app. So can you guys still see the deck, or are you just seeing the app?
Just your app.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is the home rotator of the app. We have like different news and things going on. And this is you have a different outlook from coaches and from players. So if I'm a player, I see a different outlook. And if I see a coach, or if I'm a coach, I see, different things to be a part of. Every team has I would say exclusive access to their group. So other players from different teams and programs cannot get into your group. We give you a unique access code where you actually can type that in, and then you would join your group. So that's how your players get in, and then that's how also other coaches get in. Going through the app pretty quickly, the My Workouts page has featured workouts that we just promote, whether we're doing things for a partnership or different standard drills that we have. Like we have a Duncan Robinson challenge, who can, make the most threes in 1 minute. If there's different levels for it to beginner, intermediate, advanced. So we have cool gamified training options for players too, and that's that player-led method where if a kid just really wants to get better, we've got some featured workouts for them. In addition to that, there is a library, like I talked about, where conditioning, dribbling, post moves, basketball IQ, just for fun, trick shot type stuff. There's everything, footwork, everything to help a player be changed from, the fall or excuse me, the spring coming back into the fall. We want to be able to be an off-season tool, but also an in-season tool to maintain skill development as well. Then the player can create their own workout as well, looking at this little middle section. And then this is the vision shooting, and that's where it will track your shots. So it tells you, hey, put your phone up here, make sure it's, these are your parameters. Once you hit start session, that's what you saw in the video, count down from 3, 2, 1, and then it records your session. This is like what your shot chart would look like for an individual player. Now, this page is all individual player based. And then we have a leaderboard for everything that you shot. So our top shooter has over 13,000 shots. Once he gets in here and shoots, after he finishes his session, there is a breakdown for all of his shots. And then coming pretty soon, I think it's next week, we'll have a shot by shot breakdown as well, where they can actually click and see each individual shot and some pointers on that as well. So that's a pretty cool feature that we're coming out with all the time. So that's the individual method. So if I'm a player, I can get in. I don't have to receive anything from a coach. This is your sweet spot, coach, where you would be able to assign things to your team, um, do the AI, also message your team as well. So this shot chart down here is a snapshot of all of your players, all the shots that they would take. What we have available as well is a team session. So let's say you guys run, a certain shooting drill every day. you're trying to hit, 183 in a full court shooting drill or a half court shooting drill, you can actually do it where every player will add up to the sum. So it doesn't necessarily record like individual players and knows if Johnny shot 12 or Sean shot 10. It just is an accumulative total. So some coaches use it for like team shooting drills or even, any level of like small group training as well. So you can actually see your shot chart there. This is our create your workout like hub essentially. So if I wanted to I want my players to shoot 100 free throws over a weekend. I could just type in 100 free throws like that. Um, I would create a task because I'm titling the workout and then a task, aka is like a drill that builds into the workout. I could just say make 100 free throws. Then I could say for the instructions something like um, no more than 150 attempts, just like that. If you like things on YouTube, you can always post the link there or any type of video software. Then you can get into like the tagging. Let's say it's, hey, watch this film or read this book. You don't have to necessarily record yourself doing the task. There is an option for non-video recording. So let's say I just assign that. I hit create task. I go back and I see, okay, this is 100 free throws. I create the workout. What I do from there is just like Google Classroom or any type of digital, assigning software. I can pick a start and end date for the assignment. All right. Say I choose like 3 days. Then I can assign to my entire, program. I can assign to like my seventh grade. I can assign to guards. I can make subgroups of players. Think of this as like a list of all the players beneath here. So let's say I pick, just myself. I've been struggling in free throws. You want to encourage your player to, make 100 free throws. This is what the players see. They just get an alert on their phone. Um, okay, I got to make 100 free throws. They click into it. They see, okay, no more than 150 attempts. They hit that record task button, and then that's where they would shoot their 100 free throws with a video attached to it. Once they finish it, you get alerted that, Jordan just completed his 100 free throws. So there's a whole loop to it where, there's feedback and different things like that. So I'm going to go back here. This is the player outlook. So players necessarily can't, get on here and assign to a team. That's just coaches can do that. So this is how the group looks for a player. You also have team sessions, like I talked about. Like if you're doing a team shooting drill, this is what that would look like. This is Sean going up to a school in Florida, just doing a basic shooting drill or finishing drill, and you get your stats for that. So you can track that stuff over time. Sean, anything that I missed in my demo?
I think one of the coolest things as a coach is I would do a shooting drill every day, say called 5 spot shooting. So we can title that drill and then we can track that daily, weekly, monthly, yearly to make sure how we're being consistent, improving, or whatever. And so it'll keep that separate as a shot chart and a drill name in my library.
Yeah, like I don't know if this particular demo has the same. Yeah, so say if you do, let's just say wildcat shooting, and you name it that, once you click into this, you can actually see, okay, all my wildcat shootings by date.
Mhm.
This is what my trend is over time. I know there's one, I may have to find it to show you, but there's like a graph that pulls up and everything for you if you're doing the same drill over and over. What else? I know you wanted to see the AI. This is the AI. You click the button at the top right. There's like an AI chat button. Let's look at build me a practice plan for my team. We struggle to rebound ball, um, finish at the rim, and with our turnovers. Okay. Let's say 60 minutes. Okay, we can get even more specific too. Like I've got 20 players in my program, 30 players in my program. Um, all that. So it'll take a little bit of time here as we wait for like a one moment, and then it'll spit out like a practice plan for you. And then you can actually copy and paste that and then adjust it as you would like.
Hmm.
It builds it for you.
And
So it's like
your players could get on that too and just, how can I get better at my left hand? How can I build a diet plan or a weight training plan for basketball? So real specific.
Hmm.
So it gives you pretty general, but once we have the box score analysis, it'll actually get even more specific for players and different things like that. So we're working on making that even more specific, but you can see, stationary, full court, two ball, passing drills, box out drills, rebounding from different angles, obviously the mic and drill, power layups, reverse layups, and it gives you, minute by minute breakdown. And it spits out a practice plan pretty quick. So we're working on like formatting that too, where you can just kind of export it. But for right now, you can actually hold on to it, copy and paste it into a Word document, and then change it if you want. And then yeah, you can ask it any questions after that, and it'll work with you. So there's not only practice plan stuff, there's diet, there's trivia, all that cool, fun stuff. Let's think of anything that I missed here on the demo. I think that's pretty much it. The last thing I'll touch on is this thing called the BSA. So every month we take the top 25 scores and we actually send them. We have a partnership with the NAIA and the NJCA where we have like a coach-wide newsletter that goes to coaches. And players actually compete to get on our leaderboard and get essentially a part of the newsletter. So no one has, got an offer yet from it, but it's another notch of notoriety for players and pride. And also, coaches use it internally for programs. Like, hey, if you're a varsity player, you got to make a certain number of shots during this drill. So think of it as like a Celtic 50, Spurs 100 style shooting drill. It's 40 shots, 4 minutes. It's definitely a tough shooting test. You just go through it. You don't have to make every shot. You got to get through the time to complete it. There is a version where you can make it. We've got one for posts as well. So think of it as layups. There's mid-range shots. There is spot up threes. After that, then you're doing threes on the move, which is like a five-star shooting, and then you finish with free throws. So our top scorer is a person on our team. She played in the WNBA. She has a 93, only missed three shots out of 40, and she was hot that day for sure. But players can compare their scores with other players, and there's a full-on leaderboard for the test. And so it's a really cool thing if you got, a knockdown shooter, you want to test them and just continue to encourage them to keep shooting. This is a good drill to do for sure. So that's about it. Sean, did I miss anything?
No, that was pretty exhaustive and quick. I like it.
I like
I
it
would
too.
add, in that whirlwind that our messaging system, where we all use outside apps and things
Yeah.
to communicate with kids, even text messaging. As an athletic director, I've had to defend and research, to help a coach stay out of trouble of a communication between a minor. Our messaging platform has a safe search, so any vulgar language, innuendo, suggestive, or image are automatically flagged, and we also archive so that we always protect our coaches, and we keep things transparent so that using an outside app or text message can get us in trouble quickly.
Can I post files and pictures to your app in my group chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
And
sure
Because like
can.
all that be
currently I use Band app, so what you're telling me is this would just replace that.
pretty much, yeah, all
Yeah.
in one. So you can text emojis, you can use pictures.
Can
Um,
I turn off communication that they cannot communicate to each other? They can only communicate to me, or they're unable to respond. They can only see. Do you have any feature like that on there?
yeah, so we have so there's two different ways to communicate. One is messaging. You can't cut off player to player messaging. That's like app wide, but in your group, what you can do is actually post this thing called an announcement, where it's you can see like practice this week. So I can actually have like an announcement on there, and then if people do want to comment, they can, but you can also, I believe, disable that. So there is like an announcement side of things, but if it's
Okay.
like a message, that's more interactive, like chat version.
I just try to stay away from their chats because like you get 15 kids, they start commenting on stuff and trying to be fun. And I just try to tell them, hey, look, this is my tool, not yours. Get a
Right.
different group chat. But so I was just curious about it.
Yeah, yeah. That's good feedback for us too. If there's like a disable,
So it's just
disable,
it's one way only. Coach
yeah,
directs but if I want to do an individual chat, I can start a chat with an
yes,
individual. So
yep,
that's something that you could look at
yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
because that protects kids too from like you're talking about the communication piece to protect coaches.
Mhm.
As the adults, sometimes we need to protect kids because they might send something they shouldn't, and this
Mhm.
just keeps them from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Or
Yep,
if they're mad and they want to say something about the game last night, you don't want to hear it in a group
right.
setting. That's why I just asked that question.
Yeah.
How
No,
many
that's
players, how many players can I put on this?
It's a good question. So it's really unlimited, to be honest. What we're giving out is 20 players for free.
So I
Um,
get 20. Okay.
so you get 20 players for free. Our pricing is 20, 40, and 75. So what we're giving for free is our $299 offering per year. That's a
Okay.
subscription. Our next seat model is 40 seats, and that is a 499 for a year. And then the 75 seat is a 699 for a whole year.
Okay.
And so that's how we've priced our model.
In that the year that I'm getting the demo for 20 seats. When does that expire?
From the time you sign up. So what happens is after this we'll give you like a code. I'm sure you may have got one in an email. You'll put that in from that start date of when you
Okay.
essentially access or use the promo code. A year later, that's the full year.
Perfect. So I have a full year to use it
Yep.
to, yeah, 20 is a good number to use it with too. Okay. No, that's awesome. I'll actually we have basketball class at our school, so I'll put our guys in it right away.
It's awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining in, and I look forward to hearing some feedback from
Let
you.
me ask you this question.
Yeah.
So I see the tripod and it's being filmed.
hmm
Do I need to would you suggest I just go purchase like 20 tripods and give one to every guy?
I mean, if that's in your means, yeah, we can send you a perfect one. I think it's like maybe $12 or something like that. But yeah, if you want them to use it like that, that's one way to do it for sure.
Because that's what I was, I think because most of this has to be done in a gym, of course. But if they're on
Well,
their own, they're going to need one.
yeah,
yeah.
well, we also are available outside. You can use the shot tracker at a park or anything like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. And that's what I did, Coach. I bought a bunch of cheap ones, checked them out to kids, let them take them home.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
came back in less pieces than I sent them, but that's all right.
No, I just want to make sure they have the tool. If we're going to do
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
got to give them the tools. And it sounds like we can have some fun with this. So that's awesome. Well, thanks for your time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, we love doing this, and we look forward to troubleshooting anything or putting some new features in as you continue to use it. Yeah, so I look forward to it.
Cool.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, and I work on the BCAM board with Dan, so we always appreciate you guys at our clinic, and I've stopped by your. Always been intrigued at your display, but I
hmm
think this AI stuff takes it to a whole new level. I think
Yeah.
with how to harness like the technology we have. I just think it's just especially for individual players
hmm
that are struggling. Like kids, a lot they struggle, and as coaches, we tell them they're struggling, but we don't give them information like how to get out of the struggle,
Mhm.
how to get through it. And this is a great tool for them to just go do some stuff on their own or with a buddy
hmm
and
Mhm.
and 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 chart it. Yeah, so that's cool.
And I
Yeah,
think with your coaches, I would encourage start small, little assignments, you know, bite off little pieces at a time on the app and set yourself up for success because it's muscle memory like anything else. And as your coaches and players are familiar with the app, they'll be able to do more things with it without being frustrated. But we're always here. You can always call and say, "Hey, how do I?" or "Why does it?" and we'll help you.
And is there a spot on here that I'll load my coaches in separately from the players? So coaches on my staff will just see what's happening
yep.
and be involved that way. I'm assuming there's that feature.
Yep. So what happens when you
Okay.
sign up, we give you two different codes. One is for coaches, one's for players. When the coach gets in to the app, they download it as a coach profile. They copy and paste the code that we give you, and that gives them this outlook on the app where it's a group owner access, essentially. So you'll have a list of coaches. So look at the owners, you'll have a list of owners, and then you'll have a list of members, which are just owners or coaches, members or players.
Okay. And that owners section is where I might put a player that I want to lead some of the drills and challenge
Yep.
players that where they would move. They can be on both. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
No, I
Thanks for your
appreciate
time.
you. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks for taking
Yeah,
time.
appreciate you guys being available. If I have any questions, I'll just get a hold of you.
Sounds good. We'll follow up pretty short here and have a good rest of your weekend.
Perfect.
Great
All
week.
right, cool. All right, thanks,
All right.
guys.
All right.
Thanks,
See you.
Coach.
Yep. Take care. Bye.